Okay, so we would like to welcome all of you to this webinar that's designed for new leaders and anyone else who feels like they want an update and more information on the fall product sale, and especially on our new magazine company, M2 Media. My name is Roberta Perego, and I'm the Senior Product Sales Manager in the Poughkeepsie office. Also presenting tonight will be Marianne Brell, the Product Sales Manager from the New City office. And from M2 Media Group, the gentleman you've been listening to if you've been on for a while, Mike Donnarumma. We're very excited to have Mike and M2 Media with us. I'm sure you're going to enjoy his presentation to you. So let's get started, and I'm going to turn the presentation over to Marianne, who will talk to us a little bit about the fall product sale in general. Marianne?
Hi, everybody. As Roberta said, it's Marianne from the New City office, and today I want to talk about the fall product sale, which to some people, even experienced leaders, it might be a new concept, but we've had fall product sale for years, and it does have a lot of benefits for troops. The fall product sale is the first of two council-sponsored product programs. I'll bet you know the other one. It's cookies. And this is a sale to friends and family, and we sell magazines, nuts, and candies. Now, the sale falls into we can follow up on the sales in two ways. We can take paper orders, or we can take orders by contacting our friends and family online. The paper portion of the sale is through the end of October, and the online sale stays open until November 30th. Now, the fall product sale is great for girls because it continues to teach them through product sales life skills like talking to people, asking people to help them, making plans, and they can also earn rewards for themselves, and they can earn rewards for their troops. So troops benefit with pretty nice profits, which we'll talk about a little bit further. And girls learn together that they can achieve something through teamwork. The council also benefits because it helps us expand programs for girls and volunteers, offer adults training, keep our properties in a beautiful shape so everyone can benefit from them. Next slide, please. So troops can earn, for every nut and candy item, they can earn $1 per item. Now that's great because that is online or on the paper orders, and that's a lot of profit. Compared to lots of councils, you might be surprised that we are offering $1 for selling each candy and nut item. And the magazines, whether paper or online, are $2 per order that the troop earns. So if every girl in the troop was working toward a goal of selling 5 magazines, then the troop would get $120 profit. And then if every of those 12 girls sells 12 candy and nut items, the troop would earn $144. So together that's $264. And girls also earn not just the profit, but they'd be earning some pretty nice rewards and patches along the way. Next slide, please. This year we have 18 items that are gluten-free items, which we know there's lots of customers interested in the gluten-free. They want to live a lifestyle that's gluten-free, and we're offering 18 products. That is in the whole lineup. So we have some items here that are on the paper order cards that girls have in their packets, and some of the items are offered online. In the paper order cards, we definitely have the Black Forest, Mint Treasures, cashews, chocolate-covered raisins, cranberry nut mix. Many of these items are on the are on the order card, and it's very easy to see on the paper order card where it's marked in the product picture GF, so you can see easily, and your customers can easily see which items are gluten-free. Next slide, please. In the online portion of the sale, there are items that are exclusively offered there. So these are some of the new items that are there. We have the dark chocolate mocha cups, which is a coffee flavored inside a dark chocolate coffee cup. They're very cute and tasty. And then there's a gift pack, a nut lover gift pack. That item has all of those 5 things pictured there, and that's $30. It's a nice holiday gift that you could send to someone. Again, there are some nice business gifts or holiday gift type sizes here with 15-ounce jumbo cashews and 15-ounce gourmet blend nuts. And then there's the 20-ounce caramel corn, almonds, and pecans, which is a nice, fun, giant thing for families to share. Perhaps, again, a gift. Next slide, please. When families ordered items online, there are shipping charges incurred, and they're based on how much the order is for. So you can see here an idea of what the shipping chart indicates how much it would cost to send any of these things. So the sweet spot here is if someone is spending between $30 and $45. That's about the place where you get to where the shipping charges are a little less dear. The shipping charges you probably know from having sent things. Shipping's an expensive thing, but it's very convenient. I know one of our customers in New City is so happy that we're offering shipping because no longer does she have to wait on a post office line. She can do all of this from her own desk. Next slide, please. So this year we're going to be delivering candy and nuts between December 1st and 6th, and that is delivered, the candy and nuts are delivered to the service unit. Now to make sure that you're getting your delivery to your service unit, and that your troop has to have its order into the Nute system by November 5th, a minute before midnight. So you must have your order in by November 5th into Nute. So make sure you are all set in Nute. And if you aren't sure, check with your service unit person that she knows who you are handling the sale, or that you're the leader handling the sale, and that your name is in Nute, so you're getting any communication and that you can access the site to place your troop's order. So when the candies and nuts come in, they come into the service unit organizer, the service unit fall product sale chair. So sometime between December 1 and 6, those items are going to come, and then the chair will separate them into troop orders. Then that person, the chair, will contact the troops with what date and time is being offered for pickup. So please, when the service unit person contacts you to let you know the order's in, please pick up promptly, because she's a volunteer or he's a volunteer, and we want to honor their dedication and time. So please make sure that you pick it up on time, and that when you get there you count it and then you sign for it, assuring that you got what you expected to get. After that, you'll take the items back and then distribute to the girls. Please, that should also be in a timely fashion, because lots of families are counting on these as holiday gifts. So you can distribute to the troop girls in a meeting or at a separate time for parents to pick up from you. And again, when you have the products, you want to count carefully, because whatever was delivered is what is available. There is not product somewhere else. So make sure you get what you went for, and then you can have your parents sign a receipt ensuring that they got what they expected to get. Next slide, please. I'm going to turn it over to Roberta Perego, who's going to talk to us about the Nute system where you place your troops' order. Roberta.
Okay, Mike is turning the presentation over to me, and I have to show my screen. So Marianne, are you seeing Nute?
Yes.
Yes, nice slide, yes.
Okay. So one thing that we didn't say in the beginning that I want to mention is, if you have questions, there is a question box on the right towards the bottom of your screen, and you can type a question in there at any time, and we will look at those questions at the end of the presentation and answer as many as we can. And this webinar is being recorded, and it will be on our website in a few days. So if you need to go back and listen again, or if you know someone who missed it, they will be able to get it. Okay, so now we're going to do something that's going to be live for me, and we're going to look at Nute. So what is Nute? Well, Nute is the computer program that keeps track of all of the sales for the fall product sale. You enter the paper orders into this system. The online orders will roll over into this system. You won't have to do anything about it. You will send your order for nuts and candies through this system. It will have a record of everything that took place in your troop, and there are several reports that you can get from Nute. So this is a great system to keep records of your sales and to order rewards and nuts and candy. The website for this is ashtonfarmsnute.com. You can see it at the top of the screen here, and it's also in the materials that you've received from your service unit chair. So the first thing we have to do is log in. So your login is GSHH, all capital letters, and your 5-digit troop number. I'm going to be using a fake troop here so that I can show you with some girls how to do this. So your password is fall sale, all lowercase letters, one word, and you want to make sure that 2016-17 product sale is highlighted so that you get this year's screens. If you had a troop last year or the year before, you can go back a couple years and pull up the records from those years. You can't do anything to them, but you can pull them up. You can see what your troop sold, what the girls earned, and things like that, and who participated. But for all of you, for right now, we want this 2016-17 product sale. So I'm going to sign in. And when I sign in, this is the first screen that I'm going to get. This is what all of you will have, which is your landing page. And you can get a lot of information from this page. So it tells us here that everything is open. All of these, the nuts and candy orders are open, recognitions is open, bank deposit is open. It shows what the troop sales are. So far in this troop, we have 28 pieces of nuts and candy sold and 8 magazine orders. This is how much money we're taking in, and this is the per girl average for nuts and candy and magazines. Now I will point out where it says QSP, unfortunately this should have been changed to M2, but it wasn't, so we'll go with that for now, but just know that that's your magazines. The troop information, it tells us how many girls are registered, how many are selling, and what percentage of the girls registered are selling. If you wanted to look at the nut order card, you could click this right here and you would get a nut order card, which might take a minute. The only problem is part of it is upside down, as you can see. But if you didn't have your nut card handy and you wanted to look at something, you could click there and get it. This is your council information. It has me as your contact person. It cut off my extension, which is 122, and that is my email. And down here, you will have your service unit information. So if you are in the Fishkill service unit, it would say Fishkill service unit. If you're in Tappan Zee, it would say Tappan Zee service unit. It would have the name of your service unit chair, that person's address, and phone number. And the delivery agent is the same for all of us. We all have LADOs. So that's the information that you see on this page. This section keeps changing. This section will change as you add girls or girls start to sell more. So the next page that we're going to see, we're going to go and click on troops, and we're going to get the troop dashboard. On the troop dashboard, there's also a lot of information. you see on the left-hand side here, at the top you have the troop number, and on the right-hand side you have the level of the troop. This is important. Make sure it is the right level for your troop. If this troop were a brownie troop, I would go down and select brownie and get that fixed. It's important that it's at the right level. Multi-level, for those who don't know, that just means that you have girls from several different levels in the troop. On this side, you have the information for the troop product sale chair, or manager as they're called in here. So in this troop, I have my information over here, and so I'm the product sale chair for this troop. On this side, you have the leader's information. So Jessica Smith is the leader of this troop. But Jessica called me today and she said, you know what, I can't be the leader of this troop anymore. I got a new job and I'm not going to be able to do it, so you have to be the leader. Okay, so now I have to put this information over here, but there's an easy way to do it. All I have to do is click here where it says use product manager's name and address, and voila, all my information popped in. And then I want to save it. Oops, but I didn't want to go back there. So now I'll go back to troops. So if you, as the leader, are the fall product sale chair, your information will be on both sides. You can type it in over here, click this tab, and it will pop in over here. And let's say that that's what it looks like today. And in 2 days, you get a parent who steps up to be your troop product sale chair. Hooray for you! So you're going to come back in here and you can put that person's information in here. Now you may have to add that person because right now I'm the only person who can get into this troop information. So if I did have a second person, I would click add. I would put in their first name, their last name, their login name would be GSHH with the 5-digit troop number, and all you have to do is put an A at the end of that troop number, and that way that person's login will be different from yours. They can have the password fall sale, and you would click here on troop administrative, which gives them access to do everything, and then you would submit it. I won't do that since I didn't add anybody. The bank account information you're not going to do anything with. That will be uploaded from the bank records that the finance department has. So it's important, if you're a new troop, that you've submitted your bank account information to finance. And if you are an existing troop but you've changed your bank account since last year, then make sure that that new information is in the hands of finance, and they will update that for you. Okay, so now we've got our troop information in there, and we're familiar with this screen. And so now we're going to look at the girls. And this is an important thing for you to do now. You want to go into this screen, and you want to look at the girls that are listed in your troop. If the girls have, if you have not put any sales in for those girls yet, they will have this little green circle with the, whatever that is, cross mark in it. You'll click on that to change their information. As you can see, these two girls have some orders in here, so their green circle has changed to a pencil. You can see that I have 3 girls in the troop. So I have 3 girls registered with my troop. But up here it says 2. You have to put the number in here. So I just added Betty today and I didn't change this, so now I'm going to go here and type in a 3 and save it. So now it shows that I have 3 girls registered in the troop. And if I go back to my dashboard now, whoops, there's my dashboard, you'll see that it says I have 3 girls registered and 2 girls selling. That's because this new girl, Betty, we don't have any sales in for her yet. This nice big shiny pink button here, you do not want to click on that until all your orders are in. You know that you've got everybody's orders, and it's like the day before you have to submit it. because once you click that button, you can't change anything yourself. So if you submit it too early, you may have girls coming back saying, oh, I've got more orders, and you won't be able to add them. So as pretty as that is, don't touch it until you know that all your orders are complete. You want to look at this list of girls and make sure that all the girls in your troop are shown here. If you're missing any girls, you will not add them yourself. We need to add them at the council level, and then we need to add them to the online site. So we ask you instead to send us an email, and you might want to write this down because I don't think it's in your materials. You're going to send an email to product sales, that's all one word, all lowercase letters, product sales at girlscoutshh.org. Product sales at girlscoutshh.org. And you're going to tell us your troop number and the names of the girls who are missing from Nute. We will then go and make sure that those girls are registered, and we will add them in here. As long as their names are in here by the time you have to submit your order, which is November 5th, everything will be fine. Their online orders, if they have any, will be held until their names show up in here, and then they'll transfer over. So they can still be selling online. It's okay if they're not in here yet. It's not going to hinder their sale. Okay. You can, I just discovered this, you can keep track of the girls' payments to you by clicking Girl Payments and then clicking Add a Payment. And then you can add a payment over here, and you can put the date in, and you can update. And this is just for your own personal record, so that if the girls don't turn all the money in at one time, you'll have a record. They do collect the money when they take the order, so they might want to give you some of it before they turn the order in, or they might turn it in all at once. Now, to add an order for this girl, we're going to click on this little green button, and we're going to put in her orders. So let's say she has 9 magazine orders on paper, and that came to $245. All of these gray areas are the online orders. Those are going to flow in here automatically. They can change on a daily basis because every night in the wee hours of the morning, those orders flow into Nute from the online site. So now we're going to add her nut and candy order, and she had a really big order. So all you do is tab over and put the numbers in. Simple. If they don't have anything, you just leave it blank. And she's got a load of orders here. So now I've got all her orders in. I'm going to click on Save. And her order now is saved. And you see that the recognition section has popped up. So let's look at that. This is showing you everything that she's earned. She's earned all 3 of these patches, and here she has earned something that she has to make a selection for. So it's important to ask your girls, if they reach a level that has a choice, what would they want? Because if you don't change it, it will default to the first item. So I know that Betty wants hair ties, so I'm going to click that. And then I'm going to go over here, and I know that she does want the dream journal, so I'm going to leave that alone. And then she is in the 100 Club patch, 100 Club, so she gets the patch, and she also gets either the large koala or the Bluetooth speaker. So she wants the Bluetooth speaker. I would take the koala, but she doesn't want that. So we're going to save her order. So we're saving, And then here's another question. Do you really want to save this girl's order? Yes, I do. Okay, so her order has been submitted. Everything is in here. I can still change any one of these orders by clicking on the pencil, and it will bring up that girl's order information, and I can make any changes that I want to. If I bring it up by mistake or I decide, oh wait, I already have that in there, I can just cancel. And I'm not going to click on this until I'm really ready to go. You'll notice the girls selling increased to 3 here because it automatically fills in when we get the girls' orders in there. Okay, now the last thing I want to show you are the reports. There are several reports here that you can look at. There's also a manual if you get stuck. This will tell you what you need to do in this system. But the two reports I want to point out are the T2 for nuts and candy, because this is what we're going to ask you to print and turn in with your paper orders. So this is what it looks like. It's a troop level report. Your troop number is up here, and it shows you how many of each of the nut and candy items you're going to get. And it shows you what the total number is. It also shows you how much money you took in for your nuts and candies and what your true profit is for those. And then if you had online nuts, those are paid for with a credit card, so you don't have to collect that money. It would show you how much, and it would show you what your profit was on that. And now, so this is the total that you owe for those nuts and candies because it has subtracted your profit from what you owe. So you already have your profit for that. And the same thing for magazines. This is the total amount for magazines. This is your true profit for them. If you had online magazines, the dollar value would be here. Your true proceeds for those magazines would be here. And for the, we don't have an email program or an address booklet, so we're just going to eliminate that. So for magazines, we owe $411. The total we owe is $1,373. That amount of money is going to be deducted from your Troop bank account through an ACH on November 28th. The council will take that money out of your account, so make sure you've got it in there. Checks should be made payable to the troop when you collect checks. And then that will show in your bank deposits, which you're not going to do anything deposits. And maybe I'm not either because it's not coming up. Okay, so the other one I want to show you, oh, there's the bank deposits, but you won't be using this, but it'll give you a summary over here. So when you have paid something, it will show as a deposit here. Okay, so now we're going back to reports. The other report that you're going to want is your G2, nuts, candy, and magazines, because that report will show you for each girl what they sold and so what they're supposed to get. So this first one is for Betty, and it shows you how many nut and candy items she's going to get, and by variety, she's getting 10 mint treasures and 10 pretzels and 15 pistachios. So you can print this out. You're going to use it to sort her order out for her, and when she and her parents come to pick it up, you ask them to sign anywhere on here. This is actually your signature, but you ask them to sign, and then they're verifying that this is what we got, just what it says. And you have one for each girl. This girl didn't order any nuts and candy, so you're not giving her anything. Okay, so you can print those out and use those as receipts. So that's it for Ashton Farms Nutty. It's very easy to use. I'm going to log out now. And Mike, you can take over again at this point.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for being here this evening. I am fortunate enough to share with you a little bit about our online program. So what we've covered so far is the nut and chocolate portion of the program, the in-person with the nut order card, and we've also covered the tally system, which helps troops tally up all their sales so we can get the orders placed and we can get product out to everyone. So I'm going to share a little bit about the in-person magazine sale and then the online program, and then at the end we'll answer some questions. But before I get started, I want to say thank you for taking the time to participate in this program as a troop volunteer. We could not do this program without you, and what you do helps the girls learn and develop skills that they will last them a lifetime. So we really appreciate all of your effort and all that you do. Now, this program is a fun and easy program, and what we tried to do is make something that would be more profitable to all of the troops, because this is a great profit program, and we did that by making it fun and easy. And the online program, as you'll see in a few minutes, is a great way to increase your sales. We also believe it benefits the troops with the skills I mentioned earlier, but also in addition to that, this is a great way to get some money into your bank account early in the year. Obviously, after the cookie program, many of you probably sell lots of cookies and earn lots of proceeds, but this is a way to get money into your account for the cookie program to help those troop leaders not having to come out of pocket for different activities and events. So remind, especially new troops, you don't have money in your bank account, so this is a great way by kicking off your year, selling some nut and chocolate products, selling some products online and magazines in order to generate some funds before your upcoming cookie program. Now, your role is to share the benefits of this program with the girls and the parents. We want you to set goals with the girls. Sit down with them and decide on what you're going to do with the money. Then promote and encourage and motivate them. Let them know that their efforts are being tracked and we are keeping an eye and we are having success as they are seeing sales. Then also train the parents and guardians and girls on how to execute the program. The nut order card, the online portion, all of those things are great ways to sort of share the program and get people excited about it. Now, as I run through, it was mentioned before by Mary Ann that your proceeds are pretty exciting. You receive $1 for every nut and chocolate item and $2 for every magazine order. And what's exciting about that is much higher than many of the other Girl Scout councils that I work with. So I work with lots of Girl Scout councils all across the country, and everybody gets to decide on what their troop proceeds are. And you have one of the highest troop proceeds in the country. $1 per nut and chocolate item, whether that's online or in person, and $2 for every magazine order is a great way. And as we mentioned before, just with some minimal participation, you can generate a lot of money for your troop and use that money for great activities. Now, there's two ways to participate. We already talked about the nut order card, and we'll also mention in a moment the paper magazine, because we can still take orders for magazines in person. So in person, you can take nut orders, nut and chocolate orders, and in person, you can take magazine orders. We'll show you that in a moment. This year, if you're new, you won't know about this program, but if you are a troop that's participated before, you will know that in the past we had a mail-out program that the girls could fill out a booklet and we would mail those out to customers. We've removed that from the program this year so that the girls could focus on their in-person and their online and not have the other option. So we only have two options. And then the online I'm going to talk about after I talk about the in-person for magazines. So magazines are still a great option. Many families subscribe to 4 magazines, and they make great gifts anytime. It's great reading material. It encourages children to read, and you can renew subscriptions you're already getting. I love that because if you're already buying several subscriptions and you renew them through the Girl Scouts, you're not spending any more money than you would have spent, and you're supporting the Girl Scouts. So you're doing the things you're already doing and supporting Girl Scouts at the same time. This is how you place an order if you're doing in-person magazine sales. We have a catalog. We have order forms. Those order forms are 3 parts. You can renew your existing subscriptions or people can order new ones. Please remember on that order form to use blue or black ink and make sure the customer keeps the pink copy, because there are 3 copies, and returns the yellow and the white copy. Now, I mentioned the paper order forms here as a way to place orders for people who don't have access to online or people who feel more comfortable placing their order directly to you in person. So you'll use your Nute order card and these forms and that catalog to place all of your orders in person. As far as your online experience, that will be the other way the girls sell, and the girls are going to have a really fun online experience this year. This year, we've created an experience for them that includes creating an avatar that looks just like them. For those of you that don't know what an avatar is that little character on the screen where the girls can create one that looks just like them. And then that avatar will follow them through the program and help them increase results. And later on, I'll tell you how you'll be able to earn a patch with your avatar and your name on it. And that's a really exciting way. And we already, the sale has only started just a couple of days ago, and we already have girls that have earned that patch. So how do you get started? First and foremost, you're going to get to the landing page. The landing page is on the catalog. It's on the envelope with all the materials that you'll hand out to the girls. It's on the council website. So once you get to the website, that website will have a couple of options. You'll be able to either log in or register for the first time, or if you're a volunteer, you'll hit the volunteer button. But let's talk about the parent experience first. So parents and girls will come here, and the first time they land here, they will register an account. And once they register an account, they will be asked to a couple of questions. But before I mention that, I will also point out that our site is completely bilingual. So if you have any Spanish-speaking girls or Spanish-speaking families, we have a toggle switch up at the top where the girls can change their experience from English to Spanish. Once you click register, you will be asked to provide your zip code. That's how we make sure you're in the right place. Many councils run this program, and sometimes girls wind up in the wrong councils. So to ensure we don't have that issue any longer, you will be asked for your zip code. The girls will provide it. Girls and parents will provide it. And then we will make sure that you log into the right place. Once you provide your zip code and you log in, you will register your account. We're going to ask you a couple of questions: name, last name, email address, and then create a password. Our password, we ask that you set up a password with a capital, a lowercase, and a number because we want to keep your data safe. So once you type in all that information and click register, you're going to get to the basics page. And then the basics page, you will be asked to choose from the drop-down box. So type in your troop number and pick your troop number. If you don't know or see your troop number, that's okay. Parents can choose that instead, and then the council has the ability to put that girl in the right place. Once you pick that, then you'll be able to choose the girl's name or enter it. You can enter a nickname into the system, and then you'll be asked 3 questions. This is the most important part of this program because Uncle Mike, I'm Uncle Mike, Kira is my niece. She's a Girl Scout in Long Island, New York. And when Kira runs these programs, Uncle Mike loves nuts and chocolates, and Uncle Mike loves magazines. But what Uncle Mike loves more than all of those things is helping his niece do something cool. So when my niece and her mom are logged into the system, they will be asked 3 questions. What does being a Girl Scout mean to you? It's important to set goals. How much are you trying to earn? And what does your Girl Scout team plan to do with the money earned? The reason I mentioned the last one is that's the most important one. Because when my niece told me last year that she was going to sleep with the sharks at the aquarium, I was really excited about making my purchase. Because although I love magazines, nuts, and chocolates, I love it more that that purchase helped her sleep with the sharks at the aquarium, which, by the way, I'd like to sleep with the sharks at the aquarium. That sounds like a lot of fun. Once we've done that, then the girls get to create an avatar. So they set up the basics, they answer some questions, they set up their storefront, then they get to create an avatar. And you get to create an avatar that looks just like you. You have all kinds of shoe types and hairstyles and freckles and tiaras. And even if there's a girl in your troop or some of your troops that's in a wheelchair, we have an option for those girls. We have 3 billion unique avatars in our system, so you can really make an avatar that looks just like you. Once you do that, the avatar will speak to you. It will say, hey, parents and girls, parents, guardians, and girls, thank you so much for setting me up. Remember, if you send me to your Uncle Mike and your grandma, I will talk to them as well. So the avatar will speak a little bit to the girls, and then when Uncle Mike receives his email, he'll be able to click on a message that his niece's avatar plays. The good news is, next year, the girls will be able to record their own voice. So they don't have the ability to record their own voice this year, but next year, the girls will be able to record their own voice, and their avatar will be able to speak in their own voice. Once you create your avatar, you can earn virtual rewards throughout the system. So we made the system and the participation also a game. So as you go through, you're going to earn virtual rewards as you go along, and you can go check those out when you get to the end of the program to see all the virtual rewards you've earned. Then you can personalize your campaign further by uploading a photo of yourself or a selfie and decorating it. You can upload a video if you want to share with family and friends what you're doing with the money earned and tell them all about it via video. And then you'll also see what your personalized patch looks like. So that patch in the right-hand corner of the screen, you will see that that patch is the patch that the girls will earn when they participate in the program. Now, once you've set up your campaign, we also ask you to share your campaign on social media. We always share this result with people because 27% of the sales that come in from this program come from social media shares. So the social media shares on Facebook are always our #1 share, but if you share on Facebook, you can increase your sales by 27%, and you can also earn a patch for sending out 12 emails. So once you create your storefront, then send emails to your friends and family, then share your storefront on Facebook, and you will maximize your sales in your online program. And all of those instructions are right in the online program for all of your parents and girls to see. Then once you do that, you can earn a personalized patch. And this is the coolest patch that you've ever seen. It is your name. You can have your nickname or you can have your initials. It'll say your name sparkles. And it's earned very simply by sending 12 emails through the system and by selling 5 magazines online. So what we did was we made sure it was for the online sales so that we would attract more people to the online program, because magazines that are purchased online will get to your customers faster than ones that are filled out on the order form. So make sure, if people want to buy magazines and the girls want this patch, to send them emails to this system so that they can place their magazine orders and support the girls by earning the patch. Once the patch is earned, we will deliver that patch directly to the parents and girl, so the volunteers won't have to send that or hand it out or collect that. That will be sent directly. So remember, that's for sending 12 magazines and selling 5 magazines, sending 12 emails and selling 5 magazines online only. So remember that as you're going through the process. We will ask the parents and the girls for their address so that we can send that out. And the girls will have the ability to enter that at the beginning during their registration process. And if they don't do it there, we will remind them throughout the campaign to enter their address so we can get their patch to them. And you'll notice at the bottom of the screen, you can choose your first name, you can choose a nickname, or you can choose your initials on the patch. And we do that so that parents who don't want their name on a girl's uniform can choose the initials instead. Then you can get to your campaign headquarters and check out all the cool things that you can do. You can see who you sent emails to. You can check out your magazine store. You can check out your nut store. You can check out all your goals. You can even see the top sellers in your troop. And one of my favorite new things that you can do is you can print out a set of business cards. The set of business cards are printable with the girl's avatar on it and her store URL. So what happens here is you can, once you've set up all your stuff online, you can go to your campaign page, print out your business cards, then cut them in 8 and hand those business cards around town. And you can hand those to your friends, to your family. Remember, this is a friends and family sale, so you only want to hand this to friends and family. And then they can go and they can go take that home, take their business card, plug in that URL, put in the code, and shop your magazine store and shop your nut and chocolate store. So this is a way to encourage in-person interaction, but help the girls by letting customers make their purchases online later on. So this is a great way to enhance your in-person selling by giving people a card to take with them and go shop when they get home. This is the room that you get to visit. So at the end of participating and sending your emails and sharing on social media and then printing out your business cards, you get to go visit your room. In your room, we have lots of virtual rewards that you can earn, and they will show up, and you can even earn a pet white tiger in your room. But we also show you all of the girls in your troop's avatar, and we even show you the troop leader and your troop product manager's avatars too. In a few minutes, we're going to talk about how the volunteers can actually create avatars as well. So this is, you click on the View the Troop photo, and you'll see all of your friends' avatars and all of the troop leader and troop product manager's avatar. The girls, during a feedback session, the girls told us that they really wanted to see what their troop leader and troop product sale manager avatars look like. So make sure you set up your avatar and tell them, go check it out. When you get to the end of participating, you'll be able to see my avatar too. You have reports in the system. Reports are broken out by category. We have magazine sales, nut sales. Now, this online system will allow the parents to be able to manage their sales, see who bought stuff, see what Uncle Mike bought, and you can view all of those by customer name and all that information. So all the sales that happen online will be available, and information about those sales will be available to all the parents and girls. The online storefronts, we have lots of different magazines and nuts items to choose from, and what you'll notice is that on the storefront, we picture your avatar, we picture your photo if you uploaded one, the message you created, the video you created, or we have a default video if you don't, and then we even show your top supporters. So we have great ways that while you're shopping, you can see why you're supporting your niece and get all the benefits of purchasing and being reminded why you're participating in this program. Online nuts and chocolates, those cup orders are shipped directly to the customers. We mentioned earlier what those shipping costs were. Remember, if you're placing an order for nuts and chocolates online, those will get shipped directly. If you want items to be delivered by the girl, you'll place that on the nut order card. All of the nut and chocolate items that are shipped, that are purchased online, will be shipped directly to the customer, and the customer will pay for the shipping. Now that's the girl and parent experience. And now what we'll do is we'll just talk a couple of minutes about volunteer level access. So Roberta mentioned before that the Nutty system is the system where you log in, and that is where you'll see all your sales. So all the sales of all the girls that we just mentioned before will transmit across, and then you'll add all the paper sales to that system, so all of your sales are in one place. But we wanted to make sure that the troop volunteers had access to see what was going on in the online system as well. So you will receive an email that looks like this. So prior to getting started, you'll get an email that looks like that will allow you to set up your password and get into the system. So if you have not received that yet, please let us know. Send an email tomorrow or later today to the product sale group. We'll give you an email address in a short while, and let us know if you haven't gotten your email invite to get into the online system. Once you create your password and you log in, the first thing that will happen is we will have a little training video about all the things in the online system and how it all works. So that the training video will show you all the things in the online system. Once you watch the video, there'll be a couple of instructions on how to get started. Create your avatar. You can upload a troop video that will play for all of your girls. You can view reports. So we'll have instructions that you'll follow. Then you'll have a dashboard. That dashboard will have all of your sales. It'll have your magazine sales, your direct ship nut items. It'll tell you how many avatars were created, how many emails were sent. So you'll be able to see all of the girls in your troop, and you'll even be able to see who are in the personalized patch, and you'll even be able to look at all of the reports. But these are all the reports for just the online sales. And remember, you don't have to do anything with those online sales. They will transmit automatically into the Nutty system, so you don't have to worry about it. But we wanted to make sure you had access to it. That way, if anybody was having any trouble, you could log in and see what's going on. Once you do that, you can even send a message to the girls and participants and supporters. So if you want to send a note to the participants and say, hey, thank you so much for participating in the online program, you can do that. You can view reports. So what's also nice is you have access to the same information in the online system that the girls do. So at the troop level, if someone calls you and says, I don't remember what my Uncle Mike bought, a troop person can look that up. The parent can look it up too, but the troop volunteer has access to the same information. So your troop fall chairs have access to all of your sales on all of your reports. And all the girl information is broken out by magazines and by nut and chocolate items. So when we were at all the trainings, we got so excited about this program that we said, what would the volunteers love if they could get one of the things that the girls could get? And we said, ooh, wouldn't it be great if we created a patch that was a volunteer patch that had your avatar on it, and you could get it for a certain amount of sales. So the great news is to thank you for being so awesome and all the things you do for this program. If you have $250 in total online sales as part of the program, you as a troop chair and one leader, if you're both logged in and created your avatar, you will both be able to earn a personalized patch for selling $250 in total online sales. So your direct in-person sales don't count toward this, only the online ones. So you have to encourage your troops and girls to participate online. But if you have $250 in online sales, you can earn the troop chair can earn a volunteer patch, and so can one leader for that troop. So make sure that you log in, or if you haven't gotten that information, please contact us at the council and we'll make sure we send you out an email so you can get logged into the online system. We also thought we would do something else that was cool in this program, and that is we heard so much positive feedback that the personalized patches were cool. We thought, what would be better than one personalized patch for the girls, but two personalized patches for the girls? So the personalized patch I told you about earlier, the girls could earn for selling 5 magazines online. They have to participate in the fall program and sell 5 online, and they'll get that patch I showed you earlier. But we have a second personalized patch that the girls will earn if they participate in the fall program and also participate in the cookie program. And we tied it to the 100th anniversary of Girl Scouts selling cookies. So this is the second patch the girls can earn. Unfortunately, the volunteers can't earn this one. This is a girl-specific, girl-only, once-in-a-lifetime personalized patch that the girls can earn. How they earn it? They have to participate in the fall program. So if they participate in this program, they have to create their avatar, and they have to send 12 emails. The reason why we need you to create your avatar is we need the avatar to create the patch. So you have to create the avatar and send 12 emails. If you do, and also sell 100 boxes of cookies in the 2017 cookie program on your initial order, you will get this patch with your name, your council name, your avatar, and 100 years of Girl Scouts selling cookies on it. And we have that as a secondary patch that the girls are going to get, but they have to participate in the fall by creating their avatar and sending their emails and sell 100 boxes of cookies in the initial order. Now, we presented this on the materials. So on your envelope, this is presented, and I'll just go through it one more time to make sure you know exactly how it works. So you have the chance this year of earning 2 patches. You can earn both patches, but you have to do 2 things common. You have to create your avatar and send 12 emails. If you do that and sell 5 magazines in the fall, you get the patch on the left. The patch on the left you will get only if you sell 5 magazines in the fall program. And you have to create your avatar and send 12 emails. But if you don't earn the patch on the left and you still create your avatar and send 12 emails, you still have a chance of earning the one on the right because you have to sell 100 boxes of cookies on the initial order during the cookie program. But if you create your avatar, send 12 emails, sell 5 magazines online in the fall, and 100 boxes of cookies in the initial order program, you can get both of these exclusive, once-in-a-lifetime, completely personalized patches that looks just like the girls, and you'll get those if you do all of those things. You can earn one or both of these patches, but we hope that you create your avatar, send your emails, and earn both of them by selling 5 magazines online and 100 boxes of cookies during their initial order program for the 2017 cookie program. So as we wrap up some information, we went through the online experience, we talked about the patches, we talked about the 100th anniversary patch, we talked about the troop login and the troop personalized patch. Now let's talk about some materials. So the materials that you should have is a troop envelope, and then you should have magazine catalogs, paper magazine forms, nut order cards, girl money envelopes, and permission slips for the girls. So we want to make sure that you have that information. It's okay if you don't. If you don't have it, you can contact your service unit product sale chair or contact at the email address listed on the screen, and we'll get you those materials out. If you already have those materials, great. Make sure you hand them out to the girls and tell them all about this program. If you don't have that information yet, either contact your service unit product sale chair or contact Roberta at that email, and she'll get the materials out to you as soon as possible. Now, the dates, the sale has already begun, so get in there, get started. There's still plenty of time to participate. It goes on for the entire month of October. The in-person sales end on October 31st. So in person, you have from now until the 31st. That is a lot of time. So get in there, get started. The faster you get started, the better your results. Then once you have your in-person sales, the last day you can enter the in-person sales for both magazines and for your nut and chocolate order card is November 5th. So that's the thing Roberta showed us earlier, where you'll enter all your totals and you'll have to get that in by the 5th. The great news is the online system will stay open a little bit longer. So while we're waiting for our nuts to be delivered and we're waiting for all of the product, we're going to keep the online system open to keep customers coming. So remember, even if you don't get into the system immediately, you have plenty of time to participate online, and we're going to count every girl that participates in the online program, creates an avatar, and sends 12 emails out by November 29th. They are going to be eligible for the 100th anniversary cookie patch. So remember, the online will stay open until then. Then your nut and chocolate delivery to your service units will be between December 1st and December 6th, but your delivery date will be determined by your service unit, and they will get back to you on that date. So just remember, they're going to be getting the product somewhere between those two dates, and they will let you know what the date is that they're going to be able to get you the product, and they will get you that information shortly. As far as returning paperwork to the service unit, make sure when you're returning your magazine information, you have the white and the yellow copies of the order forms. Make sure that the orders are written in blue or black. Remember to keep the pink customer or give it back to the customer so that they have a receipt. And then separate the white and yellow copies and attach them to the T2 report when you return them into your service unit. Now, we're hoping that more girls participate in the online magazine store because that gets you your magazines faster. That will solve a lot of issues with how long this process takes. So please encourage people to do it online. But if they do place them on paper orders, make sure you get that information to your service unit. Finally, the money matters in this program. So collect the payment when the orders are taken. That is an important one to remember. You're collecting sales when people are placing the orders, collecting payment, collect that when people place them. All checks should be made payable to the troop. The troop is going to be depositing that in their troop account. So make sure the troop leaders and chairs deposit that into the troop account. As Roberta mentioned earlier, the balance due council, we are going to do an automatic sweep of the funds that are owed by the finance department on 11/28. So November 28th, we will look at what's due to the council and we will sweep that. So make sure you've deposited all of your money into your troop accounts. Then we will continue to update that ACH information. So that'll be reflected that we've taken that information, and then it will update and make sure that if you are owed money or owe more money, that we will do a final ACH a little bit later. Remember that the credit card payments for online sales will be in the Nutty system the next day. So when people are placing orders online, all of those sales don't make it into Nutty until 2 o'clock in the morning. So if you place an order on the online system, don't worry if you don't see it. You won't see it until the next day. And then we will do one final ACH credit. What that means is, since we'll have additional sales from November 28th through the 15th, we will have additional sales that happen online. What we'll need to do is we'll need to make sure we credit you for any online sales that come in after your first ACH. So first ACH will collect money. If there's any additional sales and the council owes you money, there will be money put back into your account on December 15th. You have the best product sale team in the business. Roberta and Marianne are the first. Those are their avatars that they created, and they both look a lot like their avatars. We also have, you all have people that are supporting you, and your product sale team is just awesome. So if you're having any issue, contact them. But remember, you can contact our customer service. So M2 Media Group has customer service. We can help you with any issues you're having online. We can help you with issues getting logged in. We can help you with an issue about magazines, nut and chocolate items. So contact our customer service for any reason, and we will make sure that we either help you with your issue or get you to the right person. So have your customers and feel free to contact us at any point or any time, and make sure that there are, if you're having any problems, to contact us or send us an email, and we will get back to you shortly. We even have hours on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for the next several weeks during your program. So you will be able to even get help on a Saturday if you're having trouble. So before I say a final thank you, I want to just make sure that Roberta and Marianne, do you have anything to add to this before we hit some questions?
The only thing I'd like to add is that if you order magazines online, the customer will get them much more quickly than if they order them on paper. So in addition to it being less work for the leaders, it's really better for the customer. They'll get their magazines within a few weeks as opposed to a few months on paper. So do encourage people to use that online site.
Great. Anything to add, Marianne, before I hit a couple of questions?
No, I think we're doing great.
So how does the Girl Scout coordinator enter the system? We covered that earlier. If you haven't gotten an email yet, let us know. We will send you an email. What does bounce mean? I guess bounce in the email world means that an email either bounced because it was incorrect or the email provider told us that we couldn't send an email. So that's the term used to describe an email that doesn't make it through. How long will it take product sales to import the girls? If you sent the names in, we will get them into the system quickly. Roberta, would you say a day or so we'll have those in the system?
Yeah, we're working on it and we're pretty much keeping up with it. So I would say give us a couple of days to get them into the system.
The sparkle patch, etc., are they real patches? Yes, those are all real patches. Those are patches that the girls can earn. We didn't go over all the rewards, but the rewards are listed on the back of the Nut order card, and there are lots of patches, including the personalized ones, but there are lots of patches that the girls can earn for all kinds of things. So from sending emails out to selling magazines to selling nuts and chocolates, there's lots of patches to choose from, and yes, they are all real patches. Product and money is deducted. Yes. So money is deducted from the account on November 28th. So on November 28th, that is when we will do the first ACH. However, there might be more sales after that, and we might have to give the troops some money back if you have additional sales after the 28th. Let's see. Can you also make my service unit avatar available to view in my troop also? We don't have the ability to put your service unit avatar, only your troop. So if you needed to log in or wanted to log in as a troop, Ruth, we could set you up so that we could get you in there and in that picture.
And Mike, you might want to mention that the need for 2 distinct emails if you have 2 volunteer positions.
Yes, so if you happen to be a troop volunteer and a service unit, if you send us an additional email address, we can get you set up in both. So Ruth, if you want us to set you up as a troop person too, we could do that. And then that way you can create an avatar and be a part of your troop photo. Ruth, if you're having an issue with, it seems like you're having a specific issue, I would say either send me an email or send our customer service an email and they'll find out what's the issue is and make sure you're able to upload your address book. When we get the troop login for the system, not nutty. You're going to get this troop login. If you haven't received it already, you're going to get it when you send us a note and let us know you haven't received it. Will you email the presentation? I'm actually recording this presentation, so you will have this available. And I believe the council already has a version of this presentation available for download on the council website. Correct me if I'm wrong, Roberta?
No, we don't have it yet.
Okay, so we'll put that up too? Okay, yes. So we will send that. We'll make sure that's available. There'll also be a video of this webinar. So you'll be able to either use the recording or you could use the PowerPoint. I'll make sure I send both to council and we'll put them up. Girls need to send their parents an email. No, you don't need to send your parents an email. Once you finish your setup, There'll be links right in your campaign page to be able to shop your magazine and shop your nut store. So you no longer need to send an email to your parent. You certainly could, but you don't need to, because you'll be able to purchase in your campaign page. If volunteers have received an M2 invite email to register, what's the volunteer button on the registration screen? That's just an extra place, so that last year we had people who went to the parent page and were trying to log in as a volunteer. So we put that button as a redirect to make sure that parents know they're in one place and the volunteers have a separate login to get access. That's a very, very astute question, and we created that so that so people wouldn't try to log in the parent site incorrectly. Rose, you didn't get an email yet, but we'll get one out to you. We'll take a note that Rosemarie Jost needs to get an email sent to be able to log in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it looks to me like that has covered all of the questions. So I would like to end, and then I'll turn it over to both Marianne and Roberta by saying thank you. Thank you so very much for all you do in this program and all that you do for girls. I know when you're doing the uploads and the collection of monies and sending out products and distributing them, that we sometimes forget that the reason we do this program is for the girls. And the money earned from this program allows girls to do things that in some cases they wouldn't have gotten to do otherwise. And that is a really impactful and important thing. And I thank you so very much for taking the time this evening, but also for taking the time to volunteer your time to support the girls, because I believe this is an incredible endeavor that really helps the girls learn, but at the same time supports the girls with monies that they can do all kinds of fun things. And when I hear about some of the fun things that girls get to do, it makes me feel really, really proud to be associated with you and your council. So thank you so very much for taking the time, and thank you for all you do. Now I'll turn it over to Marianne and Roberta, and we'll close it out.
And we echo your thanks, Mike. Thank you to all of you who spent this time with us. I do want to point out one other thing, because it has been a point of confusion for some people. With this program, the girls do not receive an email to log into the M2 program. The parents do not receive an email. All they have to do is go to that site, which is on their materials, and it's on our website. They just need to go to the Girl Scout Nuts and Magazine site, and they can register onto the site and, set up their website and everything. If they don't know their troop number, that's fine. They can go in without a troop number. We'll get them fixed up. And they can start getting their orders in. And remember what I said when we were doing the Nutty section. As long as the girls are in Nutty, by the time you need to put in their paper orders, it's all good. So we are trying to get them in there as quickly as we can. But if it takes a few days and you don't see them in there yet, then just give us a little bit of time, because as long as they're in, it's not holding them up at all. If you don't see any of them in there and it's been a week or 10 days since you sent us the email, please do check back with us to make sure that we did in fact get the email, and that there's not a problem. If we see that your girls have not been registered, we will let you know that. But if you don't see them in there within about a week, do check back with us, just in case there is a problem. It may be that we just tell you, gee, we've really gotten bogged down, we're working as fast as we can, okay? But just in case we didn't get the email, you do need to follow up on that. And so thank you again for your time, and we think you're going to love this program. It's going to be much easier this year than it's been in the past. We're very excited. I think the girls are very excited about their avatars, and we had a lot of fun creating our avatars. Just thank you, and spread the excitement, and do make sure that you let girls know that they have to go into the fall product sale, send 12 emails, and create their avatar if they want the special Girl Scout cookie patch. Because if they don't go into the fall program to create that avatar, there's no way we can go it once the fall program is over, and we need to make sure the girls understand that. Marianne, do you have anything to say?
I don't. Thank you. And good night.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you all
everyone.
very much.